Daryl.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Grit and Grind, everybody. It is state championship
week. Championship week.
Right here on the Grit and Grind.
On the Grit and Grind. And as you can see, we have the 4 helmets of the teams in our area.
Their ticket to a state championship. Congratulations to the Wilson Prep Tigers, the Hunt Warriors, the Tarboro Vikings, and the Millbrook Wildcats for punching their ticket to a state championship game played on the course of these next 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Daryl.
Yeah.
And if you are a student athlete right now, get ready to play the state championship. You got to be excited.
Got to be excited. And we got a lot to talk about with the rewinds coming up this last week from last week's regional game. And a lot of stuff we need to talk about.
A whole lot we need to talk about it. It's no need to wait on. It's state championship week. I can't wait. You're watching the best high school football show in the ENC, the Grit and Grind. Let's go. Welcome back to the Grit and Grind. Like I said, it's state championship. I'm excited.
That's what I'm saying. This is it. This is what we have talked about for 16-1. From week one. Summer camps, OTAs, all of this to come to this point of state championship week.
And when you're starting those spring OTA, those summer OTA workouts, that's what your head coach and your other coaches are telling your assistant coaches, that we want to get to a state championship.
Yep.
But for 4 of these teams, well, not even four, almost 8 people playing this game, 16 teams, you made it to a state championship game. So that is something to celebrate on your resume, because a lot of teams have a great season.
Great season.
Great run in the playoffs, but they just don't make it to this game.
But before we could talk about these state championship games and we break down this, we got to rewind, go back to last week, and talk about some games that was in the regional rounds in our area.
That is right, Daryl. And one of those ones I want to talk about is no other than the COLETS. You better tell them, Brian. Brian told you they were going to do it. He told me to let you know on this week of Grit and Grind, to let you know that he said his Comets were going to go with the Cardinal Givers and get a win. And you said, I don't know.
I don't know. And I did say, I don't know. But they was able to go in there.
They was able to go in there. And they were able to punch their ticket to a state championship, something that this team has been wanting to do for the past 4 years. They had everything lined up for them.
Yep.
And Clayton right there. A great pass by Agent Smalls. Shout out to J3 Envision for sending us this on Instagram. The Clayton Comets celebrate a championship run to get to the state championship, the regional round. Coach Chadwick excited right now, because this is big for Clayton.
This is huge for Clayton.
C-Town has been waiting for this for several years. They had the right talent, had the right group of kids. They just weren't able to do it. But that bus ride down, that parade back into Clayton. I wish I could have been there, Clayton. Thank y'all. I got an invite to come to the bus ride. They let me know where the parade was going to be at. I was unable to make it. We were hanging out at our game still, hanging out with the Warriors and Hunt. But that bus ride from Raleigh back to Clayton, North Carolina, they said was a bus ride for the ages.
I'm sure it was.
And one that not only the students at Clayton have been waiting on, the people in Clayton been waiting on this, because they knew the Comets were a good team these past 3 years, but they ran against teams like Richmond, Cleveland, Roseville that just knocked them out in that 3rd or 4th round where they couldn't get there. And to be able to go to Cardinal Givers, a tough place to play.
That's what I'm going to say. That is a tough place to get a win.
Win 35-32 and punch your ticket. Congratulations to the Comets of Clayton, our good friend Coach Scott Chadwick, all the other coaches over there, Dr. Bennett Jones, our good friend for the show, and all the administrative staff of Clayton. Congratulations for the Comets punching their ticket. Well, Daryl, we had another regional round game.
Another regional round game.
Little Thursday night football.
That Thursday night football for us.
Over here in the Wide Awake. Wide Awake Wilson. Stand up, Wide Awake.
And that's the Hunt Warriors. They had a good game, came out with a good win, 20-7, get Northside Jacksonville. And this game was pretty much everything, if you're a Hunt, that you want it to be. It was a defensive game. It was offense making plays right there, running in, blocking the kick, running in for a touchdown to start things off. And again, Hunt's defense just slowed Jacksonville down. There's an explosive offense, but they was able to slow that offense down.
Daryl, you talk about the explosive offense of Northside Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Coming into this game, a lot of people said this is a team, number 8 for them, that can throw the ball, they can run the ball, but every time Hunt got within a range where they could not score, Will Dog, the field goal kicker, does it again for him.
He does it again for him. And again, Hunt's defense just stood up strong and just kept pressure on the quarterback from Jacksonville that they couldn't get things going.
They
couldn't get their offense moving like they wanted to, and it had a lot to do with Hunt's defense.
It did. You got to start with that front four, and you got to start with somebody who right now is a finalist for the North Carolina sports page. I may be wrong with that, but he's a finalist for Defensive Lineman of the Year, and that's number 99, CJ the Bull Dickinson. So congratulations, CJ, for being a finalist on that, and congratulations to Coach Juan for doing what he said, getting his Hunt Warriors to a state championship. But Daryl, let's go here from the Grit and Grind Friday night regional round players of the game from the Hunt Warriors. Welcome back to the Grit and Grind Regional Round Primetime Game of the Week right here, the Hunt Warriors versus the Northside Jacksonville Monarchs. Tonight we got tonight's Grit and Grind player of the game. Who do we got as our grind player?
Isaiah Chadwick.
And who do we have as our grit player?
We got Kamaji Johnson.
Isaiah.
Yes, sir.
Every time Mez needs you to get open, you just found a way to get open, keep stretching that offense, to continue to keep those chains moving, to keep that Hunt drive going. How does it feel going to a state championship for your Warriors of Hunt?
It feels amazing, especially for my last year and our other seniors. It feels amazing. You can see by the celebration after the game. We coming for that ring.
And Kamaji on the defensive end of the ball. You're a sophomore or freshman?
Freshman.
A freshman. You out there making big-time plays. What was it that y'all defense came into to slow down that wide quarterback that was able to throw the ball all over the field? What was that what y'all was able to do?
We was in 4-3. We came hard, and then we slowed them down.
Congratulations on being tonight's Grit and Grind players of the game. Congratulations to the Hunt Warriors for making it to the state championship. And we'll be going with y'all to see if y'all can bring that title back to Wilson right here. Congratulations, Hunt. Back to the studio. Well, Daryl, you just heard from the Grit and Grind regional round players of the game right there. Both of these young men were able to do what they had to do to help their Warriors and help the Hunt Warriors advance to a state championship. And that's what you want, Daryl.
And that's all you want to be able to do at this point in time. Win and survive, and now you're in that championship game. But we also was able to talk to the head coach of Hunt.
Let's go talk to our good friend and good friend to the Grit and Grind, head coach Juan Jackson, and hear how he is excited for his Hunt Warriors to be playing in a state championship game. Welcome back to the Grit and Grind Primetime Thursday night game right here in the regional round. We have with us the reigning 5A Eastern Regional Champs Hunt Warriors with their coach, Coach Juan Jackson. Coach Jackson, congratulations on Hunt getting to a state championship. But Coach, before we start this interview, I'm going to take you back to the barbershop. Williams Barbershop. When you got the job at Hunt, you said the one thing you want to do was get the Warriors to a state championship. Coach, you have done that. Congratulations. How does it feel to get the Warriors to a state championship game?
It feels great, you know, having the opportunity to do something that I was unable to do as a player. Win an Eastern Regional Final because I lost in the Eastern Regional Final back in '83 here. So disappointing. And now to have an opportunity as a head coach with my team to win one and go on and compete for a state championship, it's just a blessing, an honor and a blessing.
And Coach, as far as this game goes, this was a good team that y'all played.
Absolutely.
A quarterback that could throw the ball all over the field. How were y'all able to control him and on the defense side of the ball?
Well, I give credit to my defense coordinator, Stephen Finch. He changed up his scheme and his coverages this week to try and contain him. You know, again, you said it's a good ball club, solid ball club. Now, offensively, they scored some points to move the ball this year.
Yeah.
So we did what we had to do with our scheme to adjust and contain them.
Coach Jackson, once again from the Grit and Grind, congratulations on being the 5A Eastern Regional Champs. We look forward to going with Hunt to state championship, and we look forward to being with you at state championship game, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, Daryl, we just heard from our good friend, Coach Juan Jackson, head coach of the Hunt Warriors. He is excited because, like he said, this was something that he played in that regional round. I saw some clips from that game.
Back in the 80s. Played in that regional round.
And just was unable to punch his ticket to get it done. But like he said after the interview, when we talked a little bit more, it's even better to come back as a coach, coach your old high school, and be able as a coach to give these young men a chance to live their dream to play in a state championship. Daryl, if you Hunt right now, after that game, you got to be feeling good.
Oh, you got to be feeling good because you was able to accomplish something that a lot of people did not think you could do this season. And now you have an opportunity to be a state champion. And so if you're Hunt, everything's set right there for you. You just got to go take it.
The table's set.
Yes, it's ready. It's ready.
Well, we're getting ready to hop into a commercial break, and then we'll be back to find out who was this week's Grit and Grind Regional Round Road Warriors of the Week. You're watching the Grit and Grind State Championship Edition right here on Studio 67 NCC.
You are now watching Grit and Grind on Studio 67.
Discover your purpose in science. Determined to help others heal. Ignite your purpose through culinary creativity. Fuel your purpose in technology and innovation. Your purpose starts here at Nash. Visit nashcc.edu.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind. It's time to find out who was Daryl Road Warriors of the Week right here, Daryl. We just got a text here from
we got
people in Clayton.
They watching the show. They watching the show. My Road Warrior team this week, Shawn, is going to be the Clayton Comets, going to Carlton Givens to get that big time win. You said, it was a huge win for them. They did it on the road.
They did.
At a good team.
A good team.
To come out with a win was huge for Clayton. So congratulations for Clayton Comets coming out with a big time win to make it to that state championship. And Shawn, who's your road team warrior team of the regional round?
I got 2 regional round road warriors this week, Daryl. And the first one, got to give a shout out to my boy, Podcast Smitty, up there in the western part of North Carolina. He put me on this team, told me to start watching them because they were making some noise. That is the Shelby Golden Lions. Smitty has been talking to me every week about this team, shooting me texts saying, hey, this is a team that's doing the right things at the right time. A very successful program over there. Both of their teams are in the state championship because Crest is over there in that Cleveland County pocket. But this is a good team. And to go into Lincoln High School on the road and beat them 30-0.
That's huge.
When you had lost to them in overtime in the season, to be able to do that in the regional round. Because in the regional round, Daryl, it's good football.
Right.
It's no blowouts. Things are close. You may get one game where the team may just have a great night, like we saw that Hunt Northside Jacksonville. But to go in and shut a team out in the regional round, that's big.
That's very big. And that Shelby team was able to do it. And that's the team that we're going to be talking about later on in the show.
That is correct, Daryl. And my next team is no other than the Kinston Vikings. I can't tell. Daryl, I got only one thing to say because I got a text on Saturday morning after this game from one of my good friends that works for the city of Kinston.
What did they tell you?
She told me, we are not playing basketball in Kinston yet because guess what? We playing for a state championship. Shout out to Kinston Vikings, be able to go in and beat a great James Keenan team there in James Keenan. Tough game, but I've been telling everybody, they were my grind players of the week several weeks ago. Tyler Jones and Tyreek Cooper are a tantrum at wide receiver and quarterback. They are deadly. They just been deadly all season long, and they are breaking records at Kinston that it may take 20, 30 years for some of these records that make it this season get broken.
Because, like you said, Tyler, that quarterback, is putting up some good numbers over there.
He is putting up numbers right there, and now they have punched their ticket against a great James Keenan team, because a lot of people did not see Kinston going in winning this game to punch their tickets to a state championship. Those were me and Daryl's Grit and Grind Road Warriors of the Week, the Clayton Comets, the Kinston Vikings, and the Shelby Golden Lions. We're going to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come right back here to give everybody what they've been waiting on, the breakdown of all 8 games playing on Thursday, Friday, Saturday of the state championship for the North Carolina High School Athletics Association. You're watching the Grit and Grind, and it's the state championship edition right here on Studio 67 NCC. Grit and Grind. Let's go.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind,
Yeah.
and now it is time for the Grit and Grind first ever 8 games as a marquee
8 games. We breaking down 8 games.
All 8 of them right here in the state
This is the
championship.
first time for the Grit and Grind.
Yes, sir, because last year we had 4.
Yeah.
And then the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, shout out
Yeah.
good friend Miss Q Tucker.
Hey, Miss Q.
Who and all the people said, let's go 8, which I am glad that we 8.
Yeah.
I am glad because it makes it better for teams now to get to a state championship where you don't have to go and play a team that may got more students than you at school. So I think right now we are in the best situation for high school football that North Carolina's been in for a long time. So congratulations to the staff, the board of directors at North Carolina High School Athletic Association for making this 8A classification happen. Daryl, our first game.
1A.
1A on Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. kicking off in a place that you know about. That's Kinston Stadium.
Chapel Hill.
You won. You see, he won. I told you.
Hey, Carolina all day long.
He was
all
Kinston
day.
colors.
We struggled a little bit, but we ain't going to talk about that right now.
We'll say that for another
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Catch on the offseason. Good game right here. A game that if you go back week 1, a lot of people had both of these teams penciled in to play in the 1A state championship. And it's come to fruition. Daryl, Robbinsville versus Wilson Prep. 8-5 Wilson Prep Tigers, 10-3 Black Knights Robbinsville. Tell me about those Black Knights Robbinsville over there in the West.
Robinson Black Knights coming into this game 10-3, just like you said.
Yes.
To get here, they beat Andrews 56-7, East Columbus 54-7, and last week South Davidson 41-7. This team has been battle tested.
Yes.
Early on in the season, they played a Franklin team, lost 28-7. Correct. Franklin team, that's a 4A school.
That's right.
Then they played Mount Heritage, lost 50-19, and then finished out Murphy 17-10 in that game, and a Murphy team that's in the state championship as well. So they've been battle tested early on in the season to get to this point. But for me, key players for them starts with their quarterback, Luke Lovin. 15 touchdowns for the season, 1,300 yards passing. You add Clyde T, Collins, Gibbons in the running back.
Yes.
Combined 2,000 yards rushing. And then you got 2 good wide receivers in Jones and Allison. Those guys have been playing good for them this season. And then on the defense, you got Gibbies, Edison, Daniels. Some of those guys been playing great defense for this team to get them to this point. The key for me for the Black Knights to win this game, they're going to have to slow down Wilson Prep's running game.
Gonna have to.
Wilson Prep's got 2 good running backs that's got over 1,000 yards rushing. And then they got to bring pressure up front because that quarterback is a mobile quarterback. He can get out the pocket. He can throw the ball. So if you're the Black Knights, you want to contain all of that up front on the defensive side of the ball. And then on the offense, you just want to play your game.
That's right.
Continue to throw the ball like you've been doing all season long. You got 2 good wide receivers that can get open. And you got a running game to where you got any back that can explode throughout this game. So if I'm the Black Knights, that's my game plan, is to control the run up front from Wilson Prep, put pressure on that quarterback, and then just play your game.
That's right.
But Shawn, tell me about Wilson Prep.
Wilson Prep coming in 8-5, Daryl, and shout out to our good friend Coach Phil Diggins, who came on last week to do a quick press conference interview with the Grit and Grind to let us know how he felt getting to a state championship. So if you didn't catch that episode, pause right now, go back to last week, catch that episode, then come right back where you're at to hear this Wilson Prep breakdown. But Daryl, Wilson Prep is a good team, 3-0 in conference. Had the toughest non-conference schedule. That's why I got the James Rose helmet right over my shoulder, because it reminded me of that James Rose schedule last year. A tough, brutal non-conference, and James Rose was on a deep run. Shout out to Coach Bland, our good friend. But Coach Diggs was able to do that with his Prep Tigers, Wilson Prep Tigers, go on a hard non-conference, get them battle-tested so that they can be ready for conference and be ready for a deep playoff run.
And it paid off.
Because they had to go on the road, Daryl.
They had to go on the road.
2 games they had to go on the road. They had to go to Kilp Pride, and they had to go to Northside Pinetown.
Right.
Them 2 places are hard to play in.
Definitely hard to play. And I'm going to say this about that Wilson Prep team. Preparing for this early in the season, that first game was against Clayton, a team that's in this state championship. So
that's beats vibes on your program right now.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, strictly who you schedule.
Right. And so, like you said, you build off of that. Even though you lost that game, it prepared you to get to this point to play good in the playoffs.
That's
to
right.
get to a state championship.
Daryl, they are a well-balanced team. They love to run the ball. They got a ball-hawk defense that loves to get out the ball. But I'm not going to sit here and say that this is going to be a walk in the park for the Eastern team of Wilson Prep playing this game, Daryl, because Robbinsville's a good team.
Really good team.
I've been there to that stadium. I said all the time, beautiful place up there in the mountains, great football, a community that loves the Rossville Black Knights. They are all in the Black Knights up there. And if you go back there, this team's been to a state championship. Back in 2021, they played Tarboro, and Tarboro was able to beat them 28-7. But the keys to victory for Wilson Prep is this right here. Number one, Daryl, win at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Football is a game won in
That's
the trenches. Win at the line of scrimmage. WPA lives off explosive plays. We saw that at Green Central game. They weren't able to win that game, but they had a lot of explosive plays. Win off those explosive plays and take advantage of those plays when you got one-on-one coverage. Force Robbinsville into a throwing game. Robbinsville likes to establish the run, did throw the ball. Force them into a throwing game in that first half and see what they can do. Make them not have to run that counter, that isolation they like to run. Force that, press on defense. And I'm going to say this right here before I get my final thought, Daryl. Cut back on the penalties.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is a state championship game. The first quarter, emotions are going to be high.
Yeah.
The state championship, the lights are on, you're playing in Keita Stadium in Chapel Hill. You think Bill Belichick's up there in the press box watching, because we saw him last year, he was up there watching. All that's going to be playing the factor in a high school student's mind. And you may get to so many emotions that you make a unnecessary penalty. Cut back on that. WPA can win this game if they can turn this game into, guess what?
What's that?
A glorified track meet with all those explosive plays they love. If they can do that and force Rossville out their comfort zone, WPA can come back with a state championship title to add to that collection of the basketball ones they already have. Gonna be tough. It's not gonna be a walk in the park. Daryl, our next game is in the 2A bracket. That will be December the 13th at 5 p.m. in Montez Stadium at Lenore Raynham, the beautiful stadium tucked away in Hickory. And I've been to that stadium also. Shout out to my good friend, Pastor Master Sam Wells, who played for Lenore Raynham. Great stadium up there in Hickory, great place for it. But Daryl, before we talk about this game, I got to make a plug.
What's that?
Got to plug something.
Yeah, go ahead.
North Carolina High School Athletic Association. This your boy Shawn from the Greek Grind talking to you. If you need me to reach out to the president at Campbell University to get a game in Bowie's Creek, just call me. Miss Q,
just give you a call.
Brandy, y'all call me.
Just give you a call. Make it happen.
Me and the president, we tight.
Okay.
You know how tight we are?
How tight?
Last home game, I'm riding on the golf cart with him.
Okay.
To the game, under the
All
tongue.
right.
So if y'all need this, let me know. We can get one of these games at Campbell next year. We can pull some strings.
Okay.
And then me and the president talk about something.
I
Me and the president talk about something at golf cart. I can't talk about it on the Green Grind. I can't even talk about it out there in the streets because if we do, it's going to blow up. But we talk about something.
I know. I sit beside the president and everything. Okay.
Yeah, me and the president riding on the golf cart, black golf cart with a camel on the front. With that seat. Darren, this is a good game right here. It is a game I've been looking forward to right there, tucked away in 2A football. It's featuring the 14-0 Vikings of Tarboro versus 12-2 Murphy Bulldogs. We just talked about Murphy. Darren, you know when it's Tarboro, you already know.
Yeah,
you already know. Let me start right here. Let me take over.
Okay,
let's go. Let me start right now. Tarboro, this ain't nothing new. This is just something we keep doing every year, year after year. You hear I say we.
I hear you.
Year after year. We do this every year. They are a good team. They're getting ready to defend their trophy. They won it last year in 1A, of course, with the new association, new classification. They have been moved up to 2A. So they're defending the old trophy and trying to win the new trophy.
Yeah.
But Coach Craddock is going for ring number 10, Hall of Famer coach right there. And they honor Coach Jeff Craddock this week at the press thing they had on Monday to honor him for that. So shout out good friend Coach Jeff on that. Darren, Tarboro right now is two things. Is get to a state championship and bring a trophy back to Tarboro so that Shawn can talk about on the Grit and Grind all season long next year. This is a good team, Daryl, and I'm going to sit here and say about Tarboro, they beat some good teams. They beat Hunt, playing for a state championship. They beat Rocky Mountain, who made it to round 3. They beat SWE, who made it to round 3. It's a good team right here. They beat Green Central. They beat Farmville Central, that made it to round 4. It's a good team right here, and they have battle tested. And then the key thing about this team is they beat Kinston, who's playing for a state championship, to win the conference title.
They beat a good Kinston team this season.
Tarboro is exactly what we thought they are. It is a program built on success and built on establishing this from the ground up and getting you prepared for moments like this. Keys to victory for me, for Tarboro, is this right here. establish that T offense and that dominance early in the game. We're going to be at this game.
Yeah.
So by the second quarter, we need to see that scoreboard, just that man keep hitting the button, lights, the numbers keep going up. Control the clock and control this game. If Tarboro can do that and they can control the clock, they can keep a good Murphy team. Because I'm not going to sit right on the grit and grind and be an Eastern homer and say this Murphy team not good. Because I watch this Murphy team, they good.
They got to play somebody.
They got to play. This Murphy team is good.
Yes.
So you got to control the clock, win on the edge on defense, got to stop that counter, that power counter that Murphy loves to run. I saw that when I watched tape on them. Keep the outside containment and not let Murphy get to the outside. Because Murphy get on the outside and hit that jet sweep.
Yeah.
Could be in the end zone for you.
Could be.
Limit Murphy's big chance of plays because Murphy loves to take deep threats down the field and they love to stretch the field out. And the last thing I got, Daryl, is you got 9 state championships. You've been there, you've done that. Don't let the emotion of this game get into you where you make those mistakes that you don't used to making in Tarboro football. Just play Tarboro football.
Yeah.
That's my keys to victory for Tarboro, Daryl. But let me hear about these Murphy Bulldogs.
The Murphy Bulldogs is coming in this game 12-2. Playoff-wise, they beat CSD 62-20.
Yes.
Corvan Community 49-40, a team that Tarboro played last year in the state championship.
That's right.
And then they beat Starmount 14-2.
Another good team.
The only 2 losses was Heard County 42-10 and AC Reynolds 34-14 this season. But other than that, this Bulldogs team has been playing some great football.
They are a good team.
Quarterback Grant, number 10, has over 1,000 yards passing, 12 touchdowns for the season. You got number 5 in Cameron, rushed for 1,700 yards.
That's right.
Number 8, Davis, another running back. Then you got your wide receiver in Payne. This is a good Murphy team.
It is.
These guys have played good football to this point to get to the state championship game. My keys for them to win this game is simple. Stop the run. That's it. If you can stop the run, you can win this game. Because Tarboro's going to run the ball. They're going to hit this hole. They're going to tell you they're going to hit this hole. And they're going to say, you got to stop us. Murphy, the Bulldogs, your defense got to show up and stop that run. If you can stop the run, you're going to win this game. That's my prediction. I don't... Anything else, right? That's it. Stop the run. If you stop the run, you can win this game. So that's my keys to victory for Murphy Bulldogs.
You just heard a breakdown of the 1A and 2A football games for state championship. We're going to go to a commercial break. Then we'll be back for the 3A and 4A state games on the Grit and Grind.
You are now watching Grit and Grind on Studio 67.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind, Daryl. And we were just talking about this offline. It is time for that 3A game, and this is going to be the game.
I think this is the best game of the whole championship series.
Because you got 2 Road Warriors last week playing this game.
And 2 good quarterbacks on both teams.
12-3 Shelby versus 11-4 Kinston. Daryl, tell me about Shelby and Kinston.
Shelby Golden Lions coming into this game 12-3. Playoff, they won against East Rutherford 65-34. Mount Airy's, a team that we followed, they won 41-29. I think Mount Airy's had a record 9-3 this season.
They did.
Eastern Randolph 43-41 and Lincolnton 30-0. You talked about that game earlier in the show. For me, key players for them starts with that quarterback number 8, Land Farmer.
Yes, sir.
3,800 yards passing for the season, 48 touchdowns. This kid is big, has a strong arm, can throw the ball down the field, can run, make plays with his legs.
Yes.
He's that quarterback that you want.
That's right.
He's that dual threat quarterback that can stand in the pocket, get the ball down the field, and if he has to run, he can run. But he has a running back in 21 in Tate that is, that offensive line opens up the hole for Tate to get through, and he's just been running all season long. Wide receivers in Collins and Lorenzo, those guys have been playing great. And then their defense. with Holyfield, Brooks, Williams, Grady, guys that have just been playing good defense for them all season long. I'm going to just get to it. Keys to win if the Golden Lions pressure up front, because Kinston's got another quarterback too.
Yes, sir.
And Tyler Jones, 58 touchdowns for the season. He's averaging 270 yards passing. This Shelby team, the only player so far this season that has put that many yards on them was against East Rutherford.
That's right.
That quarterback Flynn for them. He put up 235 yards. So if you're on that defense side of the ball for Shelby, you got to play sound defense up front. You got to bring pressure up front. You got to disrupt Jones for Kinston, get him out of the pocket, make him do things he's not normally doing.
Okay.
And again, like I said, play big-time defense up front and then score quick on the offensive side of the ball.
Got to.
Because Kinston can score.
Yes, sir.
And when you get a ball, drive down the field, get it in the end zone, because I think this is going to be back and forth. And it's going to come down to that fourth quarter and who has the ball last, because these are two good teams. They match up very well.
Let them score.
And, yeah, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. So, but tell me about Kinston.
Daryl, Kinston is 11-4, and they're playing good football, and we've been able to keep up with the Vikings of Kinston, to our two good friends. News, go check them out on Instagram. Also, Buck Sweet Sports, go check them out on Instagram and YouTube. So thank both of y'all for keeping us in the loop with Kinston Viking football and sharing stuff with us to put on the grit and grind. This Kinston team is good, Daryl.
Yeah.
We said it, Jones and Cooper.
Yeah.
It's a tangent. It's a tangent. It is a good tangent.
This is going to be the game.
If you like offense,
yeah,
you better be in this game. And Podcast Smith is going to probably hit this man in the hood game. He said he's coming out for this game and the hood game. Because I think both of them play in the same stadium. If you like offense, come this. But this kids' team has beat some good teams. Wallace Rose Hill, Green Central, Farmville Central. They were one win away from winning their conference. They could beat the Tarboro Vikings. But, Daryl, when you look at Kinston, they play good. They light up a scoreboard. Mm-hmm. Every time people have picked them not to win on the road, that's what they do. They go win on the road. My keys to victory for Kinston this right here, Daryl. Slow down.
Yeah.
Them Shelby athletes, you got to. Mm-hmm. Shelby got some athletes. They got Kendrick Warren and wide receiver.
Yep.
I watched him on tape all week on Instagram and on other stuff. He can open up the field and spread the field. Cut down on those Shelby explosive pass plays. Mm-hmm. Just like you kids, they like to throw the ball too.
Yes.
So they like to go down the field.
And they can throw it.
Convert on third and short. Do not get tied up on third and long, Kinston, because if you do, Shelby will take advantage of that. And the biggest thing is you got to keep Tyler Jones on his feet. He cannot be getting sacked. That offensive line has got to block for him. Scoring the red zone. It's no reason to get to the red zone not scoring. You got to take opportunities when you're in the red zone and play a controlled environment. And just play Kinston Viking football, what you've been doing every week. If you can do that, then I feel real good that Kinston can bring a trophy state championship back home to Kinston High. And it's not a basketball one. It's a football one.
But it's going to be a big challenge.
It's a big challenge. It's a good team.
You got a team that is just as explosive as you are
as
far as Kinston is concerned, because Shelby can throw the ball. That team can throw the ball, and they got a big offensive line, Sean. I watched film on them, and I was just so impressed with their offensive line. And, yeah, this is going to be a good game.
This is going to be a good game.
Going to be,
this one,
like you said, if you want offense, this is it.
Come to this game.
Yeah.
Our next game down will be no other than back in Lenore Ryan Stadium. It will be the Reidsville Rams, who are 12-2, versus the 14-0 Blue Devils of Brevard High School. The Brevard Blue Devils have been trying to get to this game, but they've been running to that stun block because they had to play Reidsville. Reidsville got moved to the east. Brevard was able to get to a state championship, and here's that stumbling block again. Daryl, I'm coming from the west this time. I'm coming from Transylvania County, city of Brevard, for the Blue Devils, and they got a lot to talk about because I got to give a shout out to my good friend, Chad Obey, who is the Parks Rec Director for Transylvania County. He told me all about this Brevard team. He gave me a crash course on it in 2 days talking about them. Good team right here, Daryl, that plays good football. They run a hybrid wing T offense, and it's kind of like that offense where if you're down this way, the Southern Dash runs what they run. Their little hybrid wing T offense. They play a 34 defense. They got a good defensive front, and they got a quarterback that can sling it over the field. So this is a good team right here. Brevard is one of those teams that's been waiting to get there, and they're going to bring a lot of people from Transylvania County to Lenore Raiden, which is not that far drive from Brevard to Hickory. So it's kind of like, a home game without being a home game. My keys to victory for the Brevard Blue Devils, this right here, Daryl. Number one, I'm going to say this loud and clear.
Okay.
Control the clock and keep that Reidsville offense off the field.
That's what you. We saw this Reidsville offense a couple years ago when they played Clayton. And
they were freshmen.
They was freshmen at that time.
Now the seniors.
Yeah.
So they've been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Yeah, definitely do that.
Play a physical game and a power running and do a lot of motion to throw that Reidsville defense off. You said it. We saw that defense. They were all freshmen. Avoid giving up the big plays to the Oregon commit, Keandre Harrison, and the UNCG commit, Deontay Neal, because if any one of them two young men get open in open space,
it's
touchdown. It's touchdown. Keep the game close in the fourth quarter. And my last thing I'm going to say before I say play mistake-free football, the last thing I'm going to say is go back and watch that West Craven versus Reidsville game.
Yeah.
West Craven only lost by a point.
That's what I'm going to say.
They did something right.
Yeah.
They figured the formula out.
Yeah.
Watch that formula and mimic that and do just a little bit more. And you can bring a state championship back to Brevard in Transylvania County. And my boy Chad can tell me all about the celebration when I see him in January.
Well, this is going to be a big challenge because just said, Reidsville Rams coming in 12-2. Playoff-wise, who they beat Red Spring 44-0, Eastern Wayne 41-24, Central Davidson 53-20. And then, like you just said, West Craven last week 23-21. Key players for them is that quarterback Braxton Johnson.
Yes.
1,600 yards passing, 24 touchdowns for the season. You got Neal, Smith, Henry combined at running backs, over 2,000 yards rushing. And then, just like you just said, that wide receiving core with Harrison, Neal, Galloway, those three guys have put up over 2,500 yards receiving, 41 touchdowns combined. This is the core on the offensive side. Those guys know how to get open, how to get in space, make a catch, and run after the catch. And so, as far as getting down the field, they able to do that. Defense-wise, you got Johnson, Lyons, Campbell, guys that's been playing great for them. Keys to win this game.
What you got?
You got to stop number 5, the running back.
That's the number one.
That's the biggest thing. I saw on film, this team, number 5, is their biggest playmaker on that offensive side of the ball. They do a lot of misdirection plays, so you got to look out for that. And then just bend, don't break type defense. You know, they're going to get their yards. They're going to get down the field, but you got to hold them into the end zone to where they don't get into that end zone. And then on offense, just continue to do what you've been doing. That West Craven game last week was a tough game for you, but you was able to come out with a win. You build off that, learn from those mistakes, and get ready for this championship game and play the best game you can.
And what did I say, Derek? In a run to a state championship, you got to have a close one to win like that.
Yeah, and this was their close one for them. But the Rams are playing good football. Like you said, we saw them a couple seasons ago as freshmen and sophomores, and now they're seniors.
And beat a good Clinton team.
A good Clinton team at that time.
Good Clinton team.
Yeah, so this is going to be a good game right here.
This is the exam for Brevard.
Yeah.
Can they pass is the question.
That's the big question.
We're going to hop into a commercial break, and then we'll be back for the 5A, 6A game right here on the Grit and Grind. You're watching the Grit and Grind on Studio 67, NCC.
We're watching the Grit and Grind on Studio 67. Go Warriors!
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind. There, you just heard the 1A through 4A breakdown. Now it's time to get into the 5A, 6A breakdown. And this 5A game could not come at a better time, Daryl, because it will be played on Saturday, December 13th at 8 p.m. in Durham County Stadium.
And
the nightcap game.
No, it's going to be cold.
The cold cap game. Cold cap game. It will be cold. It will be cold that night in that game.
But
the 12-2 Hunt Warriors get into a state championship to play the 12-2 Crest Chargers. A big game right here that a lot of people on the West and the East have been talking about both of these teams. Daryl, I got Crest.
Yeah.
I'm coming from the mountains.
You come from the mountains.
I'm coming from Cleveland County in that Shelby pocket. So I was thinking, congratulations, Shelby and Crest, both in the same high school district, same county district for getting to a state championship. And Daryl, for this Hunt team, I only got one thing to say about them for this game before I talk about Crest.
What's that?
For them, in the famous words of Martin Lawrence. You know what this game is, deal?
What's that?
The brawl for it all.
Brawl for it all.
Because they want to bring this back to what away was a state championship. Daryl, but they got a tough test because this Crest team has a great team. And 3 games stick out to me when I look at this Crest team. They beat their cross-county rival Shelby, playing in the state championship.
Playing in the state championship game.
Beat a Kings Mountain team that was a team that a lot of people had that had a deep run, had them get to a state championship. A good team over there, Kings Mountain. But what definitely stuck out to me was they were able to go to a place and beat our good friend, Coach Joe Glass, head coach of Hickory.
Yes.
And they were able to beat the Red Tornadoes in Hickory last week in the regional round, 39-21. And Hickory's a tough place to play in. And shout out our good friend Joe Glass. Joe, we come to see you sooner or later. But this team right here lost to an Ashbrook team, 21-14.
Right.
And that's what I want to talk about this game right here, Daryl. The Ashbrook game, when I went back and watched that, they run the same thing as Hunt run.
Right.
That widespread offense.
Right.
That read option play, that shotgun formation Hunt likes to run. And they like to pass the ball in the middle of the field, just like Hunt. This Crest team is a very balanced team on offense and defense, and they are a good team that can predict a lot. But, Daryl, the one thing about this Crest team is, guess what?
What's that?
They got to be able to get in this game and play their type of football. And to do that, Daryl, they're going to have to do a lot. So here are the keys to victory for the Crest Chargers. And a lot of people say this is a good team, and I've been watching them. They are a good team, and this is a tough test for them. This is not going to be a walk in the park for Hunt. Establish the run game. Take over the line of scrimmage and stop that Hunt front four.
Yeah.
CJ the Bull Dickinson.
Yeah.
Judah. You got to stop them boys because they
You got
coming.
to.
Make Hunt a one-dimensional team on offense. Make them have to force it to a passing game. Take away Mez Harris' explosive plays, whether he's running the ball or throwing. You got to take that away. Win on the first downs in the games on both sides of the ball. On defense, make them go first down, sack them for 3-4 yards, a loss for 3-4 yards, make 2nd and 12, 2nd and 14. Then on your first downs, get 4 or 5 yards to keep the chains moving. Put pressure on Mez. It's easy said and done. Because we saw it with Northside Jacksonville. They had 7 people trying to tackle him.
It's hard.
You know what? When I was coaching Pee Wee football, I used to tell them kids, as long as you got that ball and you keep them feet chopping, they ain't going to bring you down because you going to keep going
one play in that game against Jacksonville.
That's what he did.
He did. He had 4 defensive.
And he kept them feet chopping.
And he kept moving.
Man, it may feel like
to get the first down. So that is hard to do.
That's hard to do.
That's going to be a hard task for them.
The biggest thing in this game right here, Daryl, is keep Hunt High School out of field goal range.
Yeah.
Because Will Dawg has showed us he can kick it.
Yep.
A far amount of distance. You got to keep them out of field goal range and grind it out. Make Hunt play a slow tempo game. Hunt likes to get going. They like to go fast. A fast-paced offense, slow them down and make them play a slow-paced game. If Crest can do that, they can come out and bring a championship back to Crest High School in Cleveland County.
Well, Hunt is coming into this game 12-2. Only 2 losses was Tarboro that you mentioned earlier and Northern Nash. But in the playoffs, they beat East Alamance 30-28. They beat a good Southern Nash team 42-21.
Twice.
Cougars team 32-29, and then last week Northside Jacksonville 20-7. Key players for them, like you just said, Mez Harris, their quarterback, got over 1,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing. Then you put in number 24 Jones in the running back. He's got over 1,000 yards. You got good wide receivers in Chadwick, Howell, Harris, guys that have been playing great for them all season long. And then that defensive side of the ball, that front line. You got Bynum, Harris, Cooper, Dickerson. Those guys have just been playing lights out defense up front.
Every game.
Every game. And then, just like you just said, Will Dowd, the kicker. Give him, 40?
He gonna go for it.
He gonna make it.
You gotta keep that field goal range.
He's a key factor for them on special teams. Keys to win for this game for Hunt, what they're gonna have to do is put pressure up front on the quarterback for Crest, because he is a good quarterback that can throw the ball.
He is.
And you have to, and the DBs, they got to keep everything in front. Don't let nothing get behind, because if those wide receivers from Crest get behind, it's a touchdown. So you have to play up front, man, push up on. and jam them up. And then the D-line, just bring the heat.
Yes,
just
sir.
disrupt everything up front. From the running game to the passing game, just disrupt everything. Just bring the heat like you've been doing all season long. And if Hunt can do that, there's a good chance Hunt can win this game and come back to Wilson County with a championship. But it's going to be a big task.
It's a tough game.
You're playing on a Saturday night, 8 o'clock. It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold.
And all those factors play into these games. So just be prepared, ready to play some good football.
Daryl, our next game is in 6A. That'll be on Friday at 4 p.m. at Keenan Stadium. The 11-2 Mustangs of Middle Creek versus the 14-0 Pioneers of Watauga. Daryl, I'm the West team coming from the West. I'm coming from Watauga High School. Watauga had a close game against St. Stephenson, 28-18 on their senior night. Then a week later, they played them again and beat them 47-6.
Mm-hmm.
You had a close game on the senior night.
Yep.
And it was at their house. Senior night, emotions are high. Team gonna come play lights out. Because they want to send the boys home on senior night with a win.
Definitely.
Everybody's gonna try to play lights out. But to come back next week in round one of the playoffs beating 47-6, that's a statement right there.
Yeah, that was a big time statement.
That was letting people know that, hey, maybe we just didn't play our game that night. Maybe they had the momentum on their side. Then they beat Charlotte Catholic. And we know all about Charlotte Catholic.
Yeah.
They just hired their coach back that won 5 state championships with Charlotte Catholic this week I was reading. But we know all about it because we saw them play Southern Dash in the state championship game. It's a good team right here, real good team. They will beat them 27-19. Then they beat Slim Valley 31-28. And then last week they beat Northern Guilford 43-42. I've been saying it every week in these playoffs. You got to have a close game win that you win by the skin of your teeth. You're not starting profile like Rick Flair. You win a close one to get to the state championship. The Pioneers are a good team. They run that flex bone triple option style of package. They got a 34 base defense that I love that 34 base defense because you can get so much done because you got that nose guard in. They can just disrupt that offensive line. And Watauga got some ballers on the team when I look at them.
Yeah.
But the keys are written for the Pioneers to win this game and bring a state championship in the 6A bracket back to Watauga is control the clock and eliminate Middle Creek's quick tempo offense style of play. Middle Creek was able to do that against a good Jacksonville team and a good Northern Dash team. Sustain a 10-14 long play drive. Eat up the clock. The longer your drive is, the more time the clock goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Make Middle Creek second guess and make them have to figure out how to defend you. Switch it up. Run some motions. Run some stuff like that in the offense to make them start second guessing. Limit Middle Creek's explosive plays. That was able to get them to beat Jacksonville and Northern Nash. Blitz, but smart blitz. Sometimes you get over-aggressive when you blitz. Smart blitz. Don't try to get over-aggressive and shoot yourself out of the play. And the last thing, Daryl, is make Middle Creek play 4 quarters of football.
Okay.
If you can do that, you give yourself a chance for the Pioneers to bring a state championship back to Watauga High School.
Well, just like you said, Middle Creek is coming to this game, coming into this state championship game. They beat West Brunswick 52-20.
Yes.
Southern Alamance 31-30. Again, that one close game.
Right.
That, hey, you win, survive, go to the next game. That was their game. Then they came down here in our area in Nash County and beat Northern Nash 31-24, and then last week beat Jacksonville 31-24.
2 teams that a lot of people did not expect them to beat. They beat
definitely did not expect them to beat. 2 good teams. Looking at the keys to win for me is for Middle Creek. I think you got to put pressure up front on that quarterback. Again, he is he gets the ball out quick. He runs the ball well. He can throw on the run. You got to put pressure up front on him. They have a big offensive line, so that's going to be a challenge. And you got to control the outside. Don't let nothing get on the outside, because if that running back can make it to that corner, it's a touchdown. The way that they run their offense, it's going to be a big challenge for Middle Creek.
Real big one.
A big one. But like I said, if they could put pressure up front, that will give themselves a chance in this game.
Big game right there in 6A right here between Middle Creek and Watauga. We're going to go into one last commercial break right on the Grit and Grind. Then we'll be back to break down the 7A and 8A games right here at the state championship. You're watching the Grit and Grind on the state championship edition on Studio 67 NCC.
You're watching the Grit and Grind on Studio 67.
Discover your purpose in science. Determined to help others heal. Ignite your purpose through culinary creativity. Fuel your purpose in technology and innovation. Your purpose starts here at Nash. Visit nashcc.edu.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind. And now it's time to break down the 7A and 8A. I don't know why I keep wanting to say East.
Yeah, I'm going to say 8A.
8A state championship game. Somebody at East of a bye. Maybe it's a good sign for the Eastern team.
Yeah.
It's in a bye. Daryl, this game right here is between the Clayton Comets and the Grimsley Whirlies. The Whirlies will come back and defending their 4A state championship, now playing in the 7A classification, defending the 4A one, and now trying to win a new one so they can be the reigning 7A champs. Daryl, this game will be on Friday night. It's the Friday night nightcap game at 8 p.m. Grimsley coming in 14-0, Clayton's 12-2. And Grimsley, Daryl, we're going to start right here.
Okay.
Mr. Tennessee himself. Faison Brandon, head to Tennessee, the quarterback commit for Grimsley Whirlies. We watched them play last year against Roseville, and we watched them beat a good Roseville team. But not only do they have them, they have the freshman, Brody Lowe, who has won a lot of games for this team while Faison was out on injury. The Whirlies are a good team. We saw their air raid pass offense last year against a good Roseville defense. We saw them run the ball with number 5, Ty Shoemaker. I believe who was number 5, Ty Shoemaker, when they ran the ball, Malachi Williams. This team got some good wins on the resume, Daryl. West Sharp. That's a good win.
Good say.
That's a good win. Dudley.
Yeah.
That's a good win. Jack Britt. That's a good win.
That's a good win.
Regan. That's a good win. Weddington. That's a good win. The Whirlies are a great team. We've seen them play. We know what they like to do. Balance offense, defense. But the keys to victory for this game for the Whirlies to beat Clayton that's coming in hot right now is this right here, Daryl. You got to get in, and you know what you got to do?
What's that?
You got to play good football, start fast, and put pressure on Clayton first. Protect that quarterback, whether it's Faison or Brody. Protect either one of them because Clayton loves to get in the backfield. Spread out that defense so Clayton cannot beat you at the line of scrimmage. Spread it out. Limit Clayton's running game because we saw that when they played Southeast Raleigh. Clayton loves to get explosive on the outside. Wear that Clayton defense down. And we saw that. When you wear that Clayton defense down, we saw that Southeast Raleigh game, and make them have to stay on the field a long time, they're going to have to answer the bell. If the Whirlies can do that, then they can win the 7A title, and they will then be going, guess what, Daryl?
What's that?
31-0 if they win this game.
And again, this is a big challenge for Clayton. Clayton comes to this game 12-2.
Yes.
They off the high of the emotion, getting there. I think it was last time they made it to state championship. Was
Since
in
1989.
Yeah, 89. Shout out to my brother Calvin Finch.
Yes,
he was there. But this team, this Clayton team, beat some good teams to get to. They beat New Hanover 29-0.
Good win.
DH Conley 47-7.
Another good win.
A Southeast Raleigh team 35-21 that was playing great football at the time.
That was a very impressive win.
And then last week, Carlton Givens 35-32.
Another impressive win.
For Clayton, I'm going to just go straight to the keys. Stop the run, number 24 for them.
Got to.
For Grimsley. You got to stop the run. Grimsley has a big offensive line, so you're going to have to get off the block on that defensive side of the ball to make tackles because they hold on to their blocks down the field. So you're going to have to shed off those tackles to get off to make a tackle on the running back or to get to the quarterback. Again, play up front, pressure up front on the quarterback again. It sounds the same, but these are the keys to win because if you're Clayton, you cannot let Grimsley quarterback just stand in that pocket all day and throw all over the field.
We saw it.
Yeah. And then Clayton on the offense, play your game. You got Smalls. He's got over 3,000 yards rushing and passing. Make plays for him, get him in the game as far as that. Run and your running backs with Smith and your wide receiver Parker getting open and making plays. And finally, cut down on the penalties.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing.
Big one.
This is going to be a close game. I don't know if it's going to be a high-scoring game, but it's definitely going to be a close game in that fourth quarter.
Well, that's how that Roseville and Grizzly was last year. It wasn't high-scoring until the end when Grizzly really got going.
Right.
Our next game, Daryl, will be the 8-8 game. It will be the Thursday nightcap game at 8 p.m. on December 11th at Kinston Stadium. The 13-0 Millbrook Wildcats advancing their first ever state championship in school history versus 13-0 Huskies of Hub. Daryl, this Millbrook team is a good team.
Yeah.
We had a chance to see them play, and also we had a chance last week to go interview Coach Marshall and what it means to get his Millbrook Wildcats to their first ever state championship game. So if you missed that interview with us and Coach Marshall, definitely go back and check last week's episode out on the Grit and Grind to hear how Coach Marshall feels getting there. Daryl, we seen them play Roseville.
Yeah.
We were impressed.
Yeah, definitely impressed.
I'm just going to say, the way they played Roseville and what we seen with Roseville, I was very impressed with that defense. They are a good team. Millbrook has a hard test because this Huff team, they're a good team too.
They're a real good team.
I think it goes back to what Coach Marshall said last week. Millbrook is going to have to come in and just play Millbrook football and cut on the mistakes. Here's my keys of it for Millbrook right here to win this game and bring a 8A state championship back to Millbrook. Number one, Daryl, control the clock.
Yeah.
Don't make this a high-scoring game. Number two, establish the run game early if you are the Millbrook Wildcats. If you do that, you can give yourself a win. Run that play action. We saw that. Run the play action. Take away Huff's big plays. No turnovers on your side of the field, especially on the 50-yard line. No turnovers. Make her play the entire football game. And just play that Millbrook football that you've been playing that we saw you play against Roseville, what you're able to do against Hoggard. Go do that. And if you can do that, the Millbrook can bring back a state championship for the first time in school history. And I'm going to leave on this right here, Derek, for you to tell me about this Huff team.
Okay.
Millbrook, think of all the great athletes that have passed through the halls of Millbrook. To not get to a state championship, this is your first ever one, this is big for this
Yeah,
school.
this is definitely big. So like you said, the Huskies are coming in here 13-0, 5-0 in the conference. West Forsyth, as far as the playoff win, they won 28-10.
Yes.
Then last week beat a good West Charlotte team 24-0. West Charlotte didn't even score in this game.
No,
and
that's impressive.
That's very impressive.
That's impressive.
Key players for them is Ethan Royal, their quarterback, number one, 2,000 yards passing, 25 yards, 25 TDs for the season. You got wide receivers in White and Anderson with over 1,000 yards receiving. But Shawn, I'm gonna talk about this offensive line.
Okay.
You got number 63 Buckner, number 70 Lawrence Broom, and number 77 Kennedy. Those guys are huge.
Yes, sir.
And that starts everything up front for them, for the Huskies on that offensive side of the ball. Those guys block well. They have open holes to where their running backs just pretty much run straight up the middle, and it's a straight touchdown. So that is going to be a big factor in this game. Keys to win for the Huskies, don't go 3 and out against Millbrook.
No, sir.
Millbrook got a great defense.
Yes, sir.
And you do not want to be in a situation where it is 3 and outs back to back, because Millbrook feeds off of that.
They do.
Their defense is great. They got a good defense. And also, you're going to have to mix it up on the offense side of the ball.
You have to.
Because, like I said, we see Millbrook up
front. I'm impressed.
Yeah, very impressed. And then stop the run. Millbrook's got a good running back. And if you can stop the run, put pressure on that quarterback up front, keep the wide receivers jammed up, give yourself a good chance to win. But this is going to be one of those filling each other out in that first quarter.
That's right.
And it's going to come down to that fourth quarter to see who's still focused enough in this game.
That's right.
To pull it out to get a win. But it's going to be a close game.
Very close game right here in 8A football. Well, Darryl, this time we will do the favorite part of the segment that everybody enjoys, the grit and grind quick picks of the week. But for the state championship, we will not be making no picks. We will say best of luck to all the student athletes from the East and the West on your state championship appearance. It is very big and a very big moment to get to a state championship. Best of luck to everybody, all 16 teams playing, all 8 from the East, all 8 from the West. Best of luck to you and your coach staff to be able to win a state championship.
And congratulations to the 4 teams in our area that we cover that has made it to the state championship as well.
That is big. Well, Darryl, before we get ready to leave, if you do not see your helmet behind us on the Grit and Grind set, if you do not see it on the wall, if you do not see it as one of these 4 that's in front of us that made it to a state championship, then all you have to do is reach out to Grit and Grind Podcast NC. Send us a direct message, and we will come and pick up your helmet. Or if you are 3 or 4 hours away, we will meet you at a halfway destination point. If that is up to you, if not, we will drive the 4 hours to come get your helmet, because as we say every week, the Grit and Grind is live from coast to coast, live from post to post, from Manio to Murphy Bulldogs. The Grit and Grind is there. Now, Darryl, not only follow the Grit and Grind on our Instagram, but make sure you go by Studio 67 NCC. Go by their Instagram and subscribe to their Instagram. Also subscribe to their YouTube page. Hit that like button if you like this video and you're enjoying this football content. And let us know that you enjoy it. And make sure you subscribe to both of these so that you can stay in contact with everything going on Studio 67. So when another video goes live, you're there to be able to see it. And Daryl, if you're on your way on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, as we say every week, don't text and drive. Don't watch the Grit and Grind and drive.
Yeah.
We want you to be safe when you're out on the roads heading to these games because we want to see you at the next game. And that's the best way to do it is go to Spotify and Amazon Music, search Studio 67, download the audio version of the Grit and Grind so that you can drive safe to the game and listen to the Grit and Grind to get you ready for that game you're headed to. Well, Daryl, I cannot wait.
Can't wait. We're going to be at least
At least three, and possibility 4.
Right.
Yeah, so you never know. We may show up to all eight, y'all. We may try to find a way to get the hickory from Daryl. It's going to be hard. We may got to make phone calls.
Make some phone calls. And if you see us at the games, just come by and say hey.
Yes, we always enjoy talking to all the people who watch the Grit and Grind. You know, we love talking with y'all, hearing what you think about your team as they're playing for a state championship. But Daryl, before we lead ahead to state championship, I only have one last question that everybody's asking that's playing this state championship game, watching right now live on the air. Do you have the grit?
And do you have the grind?
And we'll see you at the state championship on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on the Grit and Grind. You watch the Grit and Grind on Studio 67. Till then, we'll see you next week.